I read in the silence, I think it's pretty clear, I'm always so sincere. Oh, take me, I'm a wild one, getting bored out looking for attention. I'm not looking to meet new friends. No, I've been looking for love instead, for someone I appreciate, and everything crossed my way. I love that I don't know your name. Oh no, I never meant to misbehave. Something about you makes me crazy.
All right. A little something special for the WGGGMBUCC. It's a lyrical sculpture in the sand that I carve. This is Flash on the mic, now on the Algarve. From 40 to 60, we are on the attack. If I can just get some vitamin I from my back foot on the line, yeah, I'm ready to go. Or did I just pull a muscle? Hold on for a moment. Play it cool, just act like I'm young. Got flicks on my wrist and lyrics on my tongue. 20 more, 10 more years left to go. Tricks from the past and a buttery flow. A little slow off the start, I like to call my speed brisk. The sunshine glints off my slow-moving disc. You know how it goes with the sand between my toes. I got none of the pivots, but all the throws. Yeah, I got some dodgy knees. Disc in my hand and the sun in the sky. My dad bod goes jiggle and my hucks they fly. The spirits are rising like a disc on the breeze, going miles out of bounds to the Portuguese seas. I played a point, yeah, I need a sub and a good long soak in an XL tub. Don't need to run anymore, I'm one of 14 handlers. Happy Gilmore this disc like we're all Adam Sandlers. I'm slow off the start, I like to call it brisk. The sunshine glints on my slow-moving disc. You know how it goes with the sand between my toes. We got none of the pivots, but all the throws. Alright, let's finish this off. My 6'2" still works in the bar. I can see from miles. Got drinks on my radar. Portimão party is the place we flee for the friends we see and these great memories. Yeah, I feel the spirit as I pull every sinew. Shatter my knees, yet we're gonna continue. Take this hand, better yet carry me from the beach to the bar, better yet to the sea. I'm slow off the start. I like to call my speed brisk. The sunshine glints off my slow-moving disc. You know how it goes with the sand between our toes. We got none of the pivots, but all of the throws.
World Great Grandmasters Beach Ultimate Club Championship coming at you from the fine sands of Portimão, Portugal. We've advanced all the way to finals day here. We got some beautiful waves, and we've got Team Finland taking on Rainbow Warriors, a Nordic battle in the semifinals to push through to today's final later in the day. I'm Stefan Rapazzo. Pleased to be alongside Amelia Durbin. Durbs, this one's getting excited now here in this division semifinals. What do you expect?
I'm very excited. We've had some fantastic frisbee all week, and I think this is going to be a battle. You were telling me earlier, there's kind of a legacy rivalry between these two teams, so things might get a little bit spicy out on the pitch, but both teams going to be pushing for that final spot in the gold medal game.
Get gold medal in their sights. Either way, they will both have the lovely privilege of being on stream again. You see the waves picking up. I've had an eye out there. The surf is working right in the corner, making me a little bit jealous. But the bronze medal match will be streamed as well right before the finals. So these teams will be on stream twice, but I'm sure they don't care about being in the bronze medal game right now. Eyes and everything firmly fixed on getting through. Plenty of the members of these two teams met as early as 1980, met in knockout rounds all the way back to 1983, the very first ever club championship on grass back then, yes. But to see the longevity of these players still hitting it out, a long-lasting rivalry of proximity up in the north of Europe, it's just great to see. They are going to be leaving everything on the field. They know each other well. These are the games that we like to watch best when there's a little bit of personality intimacy out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking at both Team Finland and Rainbow Warriors results this week, they come into this game both 6-1, so 6 wins under their belt and just 1 loss. Finland had a close game against Spangle, but came away with a loss on the stream, actually. So you can go and catch up with that later, whilst Rainbow Warriors, they fell victim to Sunset Crew on Universe Point earlier this week on the Thursday. So both teams probably feeling confident, yet to be properly pushed, but with 1 loss under their belt, they probably know their strengths and weaknesses now.
Yeah, you see Rainbow Warriors taking the field. Just had a look at Albin Viberg, one of 3 Vibergs on the team. Has clearly taken a little bit of a knock. He's got his eye socket, eyebrow taped up. So, you know, a lot of tape gets used in any tournament, particularly with these great grandmasters keeping themselves held together right till the bitter end. And we are very close to approaching that bitter end of this tournament.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic week as we see a few people starting to sit in the stands now. The fans will be coming through the day. The gold medal match is the only game happening, so I'm expecting to see this stadium filled with crowd members as we see the disc in the air. Rainbow Warriors on offense to start.
That one gets a nice roll and goes all the way to the back of the end zone before Angagod picks up, and he's got it back again. Inside, Blom to Viberg, fires up. Nice catch there. That's Albin Viberg. Gets another under. Blom. And fires inside. Fours. First goal. Angagod's there, and it is fours on the assist. And from the start, I said it was Viberg taped together. It's fours with the eyebrow tape, and doesn't stop him there. His sights were not impeded. Saw the open cut in the end zone. Nice first point for Rainbow Warriors.
Yeah, super clean. Team Finland's defense close, but not close enough as we see it on the replay. Just kind of straightforward, I say with inverted commas, boring offense, just grinding the unders and then throwing on the deep strike to the handler cutting up line. Nothing that Team Finland can kind of do there. The wind has dropped, and so these discs are sitting nicely now. So we see it again with our lovely drone shot, just really clean up the line, maybe asking a little too much of the receiver. We see the kind of arms flailing there, but a goal's a goal. Finland now, how to respond.
Oh goodness, a dropped pull by Timo Vaskia, one of the true legends of this game. He almost didn't believe it himself. He was ready to pick it back up again. I didn't just do that, and a big opportunity for Rainbow Warriors to get an early break against the Finnish.
Absolutely, that is a devastating way to start your offensive campaign in a semi-final and on the stream.
Wants to shovel, good defense on the first option. Great defense on the second option. A layout takeaway, and that's not going to be that easy. There's a call on the play. Hadamo went up and got the hand to it, but Viberg says, no, you got a piece of me too.
I believe it's contested as the disc has gone back. A good quick discussion there.
Into the dump space, fake again, bodies flying and flopping, finally over and hopped in, or was it? Yes, they'll say it was. Kingren waited that one just till the last minute. I wasn't sure his feet were not still connected to the sand, to be honest.
I agree. I was expecting to see a bit more of an aggressive position there to jump it in, but happy to kind of travel their way into the field. A goal is a goal, and what a devastating start for Finland. The disc was right into the hands there, but just kind of came out, and we see that layout D attempt, which was called a foul. Bodies were flying all over for Team Finland, but we see, again, that layout could have been good. Here's another look at the assist, just lots of open space on this closest sideline to the booth. Not necessarily a super aggressive position there from Eriksson, but jumps it in, and that's a goal. Sorry, I was wrong. Kindgren with the disc there for the goal.
So a break, and as easy of a break as they might find, starting on the goal line. Here comes Finland's second offensive possession. Koski bangs it deep. Hasbala, the intended receiver, and there for the take, Hasbaka. And another call.
See some expressive body language there.
Hasbaka.
Just kind of saying, hey, you need to go back there. The foul happened at this point. An uncontested foul is called. Disc will be tapped in and we're underway.
Leading throw and hits into Rojainen for the goal. Finland do hold on their second attempt at it.
Yeah, a good offensive look there from Finland. We did see them on the stream. I was so impressed by their offensive flow. Great to see them out here after recovering from that drop pull. Nice to see them regain their composure now and be able to kind of push on and hopefully try and get that break back. It's 2-1 here in this semi-final. Beautiful
The
low
all-Nordic battle just getting underway here. Finland stumbled out of the blocks, we'll say, but did get themselves back going.
They're off to the races now. Lovely replay shots. That was a really nice low pivot throw from Hasbaka, just leading the receiver into the end zone. Lovely way to sit it out.
Lovely way for all you at home to get this game going. Just hit that like button, subscribe, and become a patron. Rainbow Warriors getting things going. Angegaard lays up a laser to Fors. He gives a backhand fake, then gives the backhand proper. Bit too far, the bid comes. Love to see it. There was a chance. It had just enough float, but in the end, a bit too far out.
Yeah, fantastic bid. You see the thrower there just waiting for the receiver to get deep and just couldn't put enough on it. There was the separation, but just fell short. Blom there with the layout.
So, break chance now for Finland as it's brought back. Ulonen throws inside, nice high take. Asikainen fires deep. Is it over the defender? Indeed, what a perfect shot. Santila raises the hands and Finland break back.
Yeah, here we go. This game is back on track to where we thought it was going to be. It's all tied here, back on serve. Both teams getting a break on each other, but now back to how it should be. Finland, what a reception from a pretty ropey start. Clean offensive hold and then an assertive break there. What a throw.
Absolute scintillator, firing through the Portuguese skies like a pink laser. Santila collects and we're back on serve. Everything even, one break apiece, one hold apiece. The breaks were clean breaks, the holds were clean holds. I think the big difference is how the turn was generated in play versus from the pull.
Yeah, agree. I expect Finland to showcase some really classy offensive holds here, but now we take a look at the Rainbow Warriors side and what they can do.
Coming out, Lindsmeyer goes to the sideline, Vibeg to Lindsmeer. Not much room, very tight, and Angegaard with a uncharacteristic drop. Hasbaka and another chance to break for Finland. Goes deep into the backfield. Tihonen goes around Hasbaka. Fakes the backhand, turns back, gets the defender to flop on the fakes. Still nothing to throw to. Now swings wide. Into the dump space. Tihonen gets to Rojainen. Vitari to Rojainen. Fakes the hammer. Really working through the passes in this red zone here. Not forcing anything after the Angegaard turn. Goes around. Kusinen goes to Hatzbaka. Hatzbaka inside. Roy Heinen. And a foul called, accepted. It's Hansky on defense.
Just a little bit too much pressure from Hansky. Kind of too close on that run-through attempt, putting the pressure on, but a little too physical.
Inside throw. A little over-aggressive, and that's our first 2-turnover point of the game.
That was a long and grindy point there for the Finnish side. They're going to be disappointed with throwing that IO turnover. They had a great opportunity there to go 2 breaks up in this game. Angergaard now.
Taking high 4s and an open receiver. That is going to work. Indeed it does. Into the hands of Albin Wiberg. The 51-year-old from Malmö, ex-Skogs, gets the job done this time.
Yeah, Wiberg there, so good to kind of keep that continuation and give an option. Sometimes it's really easy when a deep throw goes up to kind of stand and watch it and hope it's going to be caught. But Wiberg there just pushing upfield to say, hey, I trust you to get it, and I'm going to get into a good position for you to get the assist. A bit of a hold, a wobbly hold for the Rainbow Warriors, but a hold is a hold. It's 3-2 here out on the sand here in the beautiful, beautiful Portimão.
Sun's back out again, isn't it, Derbs?
It is back out. This morning it's been cold and then warm and then cold and then warm. Right now it's definitely too hot in this commentary booth. I've put a little shade up over my laptop to make sure it doesn't get too warm.
Yeah, I even turned the fan on around here.
You spoil me.
Back into play, Vasquio. And then fired up line, Ulonen gets the connection. Yalovara goes back. Ristaniemi led forward, great bid, but it does bounce off the hand. It was Vasquio who sent the body, but the throw a bit too far in front.
Yeah, we can see it again here. We've had 2 clean holds offensively, and now we've had 2 not clean holds for both Finland and Rainbow Warriors. Last time Rainbow Warriors were able to get the disc back. Can Finland do the same?
Rainbow Warriors with the disc, the high release pop over the top, Danny Eriksson, and it's given up. Vasquio takes it back, short field for the Finns. Fires inside and hits for the goal.
A great goal for Finland, able to get the disc back and secure their offensive hold. This is an exciting game here. Energy starting to rise. This morning it was a little bit chill, a little bit relaxed, but you can feel it now. Energy is palpable.
Henna Yalovara with the goal, hailing from Espoo. A defensive cutter who's been around the block, playing ultimate all over, including for Finland women. World Championship silver medal back in 2004. I believe that's when, yes, it was hosted in Finland, in Turku.
Your Frisbee knowledge is fantastic, Steph. You are like a dictionary of Frisbee. Oh, dictionary is probably the wrong word.
Encyclopedia. What is that? Isn't it a Wikipedia? Isn't that a page now? Thanks, Derbs, but I nerd out hard, and I have for a long time.
I'm proud that you do that. An inspiration to us all is Mr. Rapazzo, showcasing the best of Frisbee knowledge. So we see our friends from Kui down under at the back of the end zone there, enjoying the sun.
They enjoy everything, those Kui crew. Angergaard goes around to force and back to Stefan Angergaard. Inside throw, Bjork, and pop back. I didn't see the hand signals right away, but I thought there was a stoppage. Foul on what appears to be the throw.
We've seen quite a lot of fouls on the throw this weekend. It's seemingly something that the new rule set has stopped a little bit, and that potentially these old players playing in the old rule set still able to do it.
Intercepted there, Puktila. And now Finland with, well, they've got themselves straight into the red zone. Asikainen fires and hits Puktila with the goal.
That is a fantastic shot there. Really, really quick response from Finland. Really impressed by Finland's throwing ability here. The wind has dropped, but everything they are putting up, bar that turnover we saw just a few seconds ago, has been so pinpoint accurate, right into the chest of the receiver, not asking too much of them. So we see it again here, just spinning on the mark and then just dropping it so nicely into the end zone. Great flying defensive pressure from the Rainbow Warriors side, but Finland capitalize on a Rainbow Warriors mistake, and that is 4-3. They are now a break ahead.
Big battle of the Northern Europeans. The Swedes representing Scandinavia and the Finns representing against, often getting grouped in as Scandinavians, and they very assuredly pronounce otherwise. No, we are not part of Scandinavia. They are Nordic, Northern Europeans. Blom goes into the backfield. Angegård leads forward to Force. Force hits inside. Viberg. Viberg look to the backfield, nothing there. Blom leads. Angegård for the goal. Hold after the break.
Yeah, those are three names we're saying a lot. Blom, Vigard, Angegård. We've mentioned them so many times on the times that they've been on the stream, and what a reason why. They work so well together as a trio, just kind of grinding the unders, pushing the disc downfield, resetting when they need to, and that is a nice and much needed hold for Rainbow Warriors. You see it again on the replay, just such a perfectly weighted throw down to Blom, and then just Angegård just needs to kind of run onto it. Beautiful drone shots there. Again, we see it a little bit maybe too high, but a goal's a goal, and that is a fantastic hold from Finland. Now sending out a bunch of D-line players hoping to get a break back.
Angegård there with his second goal already. Vasquio, there was pressure on that one, but Vasquio hangs on and then throws inside to hit Harmo. Back to Vasquio as he hits the ground. Bangs one deep, looks good, is not. It bounces off the hands. Henna Yalavora cannot hang on. Hands on hips for a minute, but back to play D. Sweden, the Rainbow Warriors, trying to get their offense cooking now. Viberg, Kalla. Viberg leads up line, and that will be a gift back, and they're just assessing where indeed it went out, and they seem to have that worked out. They're going to get a lot of meters, but they won't take them. Vasquio says, ooh, now once it's put into play, it's good spirit, I'll just say it's good spirit.
Yes, it's good spirit for Rainbow Warriors to allow that to happen. However, in the rule set, if the pivot set is established, no matter where it's taken, the disc has to play from there. So, but we do see the disc being taken downfield, and Finland now with an opportunity.
Vasquio in front of the end zone, waiting for something, puts the hands up, say, give me something, I'll throw it if you just give me something, and he's got that something he was looking for.
Yeah, fantastic. I don't think there was necessarily a force there. So player had lots of time to kind of take a breath, let the players spread out. Vasquio just waiting, saying, hey, don't need to rush, no one's stalling me, and finds a receiver. A break opportunity squandered for the Rainbow Warriors. Team Finland still ahead now in this early game. Not many minutes passed on the board, so lots of frisbee to come. Energy's dropped a little bit. Not in a necessarily a bad way, but there was a bit of it got a bit exciting about 10 minutes ago. Now it's more steady. So let's see if Finland can keep holding that steadiness and drive their way to a win.
Ristaniemi, there you see him, the goal scorer, who did eventually give Vasquio that shake move he wanted. Angegård sees it to ground and goes inside for Bjork. Now upfield and a hand block shuts the door on Tommy Blom. Finland. Ulonen goes to Santila. A big fake gets the around with it. Puktila waits and gets Asikainen. Fire, defense gets a great opportunity and takes it. Tommy Blom got hand blocked and Tommy Blom got the disc back.
Tommy Blom gets it back and no foul being called. A clean defensive D there from Blom, and what a way to do it, even taking some heavy contact.
Can I sing again? Tommy Blom has got it going on. Agagord with the disc. Fires deep in the end zone. Great step by Force. And Rainbow Warriors tie things up at 5.
They hold on there after a nearly break given to Finland, but Rainbow Warriors put the foot down, off to the races, and a clean, well, not a clean hold. A hold is a hold. Force there did a really good job of stretching the field. You see it, just pointing, saying, hey, I've got separation, trust me, and trust they do. Nothing the defense could do there.
Do you think the singing helped Rainbow Warriors?
I think they heard it, and it really motivated them to keep pushing.
Oh, stop it, Derbs. But a great dirty hold, keeping things level on score, but there is an advantage for the Finns, the 2-1 in the break department. Meanwhile, Rainbow Warriors started on 0, so they've just really flipped it. We're going to be a point for point unless we get another break. Vasquio fires deep. And another Yalovara can't hang on to the disc.
Yeah, visible frustration, potentially thinking about the feet before getting the goal in the end zone. That's twice for them. They're going to be disappointed with that. Crucial, crucial goals missed.
So huge opportunity for the Rainbow Warriors should they be able to manifest the break the other way here and convert. Picked up, Jalevic fired, and that's going to be given straight back to Team Finland.
Slow passage here, but the disc is being walked up closer. You see it kind of lean it out of bounds. I think that was a really unfortunate gust of wind there. Kind of looked like out of the hands it was good, but we're in play now.
Leads it up line. Vasquio gives another cut, but unavailed. Vitari in the middle. Vitari looks to Hasbaka, and the wind has just picked up something fierce in the last minute. Hasbaka goes to the corner. Nice pickup. Did he land in? I don't think so. It was a spectacular play, and everybody, the Rainbow Warriors justifiably said no, out. He did lead with the hands, didn't he, Derbs?
Absolutely, yeah. Kind of jumped up and then landed hands first. Didn't try and keep the toes in. You can probably see it on the replay here. A fantastic effort, but the kind of salmon dive, unfortunately, didn't pay dividends there. But Finland have the disc back immediately.
Yeah, they can try it again. Picked up by Vasquio. Upline cut, centered to Haramo. Haramo inside, Hasbaka. Chucks a little giver, and in the end it is Jalovala with the goal. Finland managed the hold after all that. It's 6-5 over Rainbow Warriors.
Yeah, Yalovara with 2 end zone drops, finally getting third time lucky. You see her teammates coming around her there, giving her hugs to say, hey, it's okay, we still trust you. Dropping a disc in the end zone can be so punishing, especially when you feel like your teammates are kind of disappointed in you for not performing in that crucial moment. But we see lots of love out there for her to say, hey, you're one of our star players. Let's keep working. Always free in the end zone. Don't give up. 6-5. Team Finland are up a break. But Rainbow Warriors, if it comes to half, will be coming out on defense.
It's just a bit of goss, Derbs. You know the wonderful opening song that we all love so much?
Yes, I love
Word
it.
is there's a second edition, second edit of it, or second version. I wonder if it might drop. Let's find out. But for now, it's the Rainbow Warriors. Blom leads forward. Linsmer goes back to Fors with the taped up eye socket. Leads inside out. His cutter stopped, and I think he might have had a chance if he just got back on that good horse and kept running.
I think so. Potentially a little bit playing into the miscommunication and looking at each other, being like, "Oh, what do you mean? That was meant for me. I went this way, went that way." Sometimes you just can't give up on a disc.
In any sense, it will be Team Finland to pick up. Ulonen will walk it back to the line.
Finland now, a fantastic opportunity for them to assert some real dominance in this game.
Ooh, nice sticky fingers there to hang on. Puktila goes center, Asikainen. Underneath that one into the hands of Ulonen. Nice little chip into the middle. Puktila and Asikainen. Fires deep, looking for the finish, but it is the Rainbow Warriors who prevent the arcing rainbow from hitting the pot of gold. High release, pop pass, elevator, far sideline, and brought back from Viberg to Angergaard. Angergaard winds up the backhand, and it goes too far. And Viberg again has to go hands to knees and wonder why.
This is a brilliant, brilliant point. Lots of turnovers starting to mount up now. Well, I say lots of turnovers, 14 passes, 3 turnovers, and every turnover's come at a really crucial point, which could have been a goal. We see 2 from Rainbow Warriors, 1 misexecution, 1 miscommunication, and just an out-and-out D from the Rainbow Warriors side to get the disc back. But Finland have an opportunity to break, to take half here.
A break to take. It's a good chance for you to take a like to make me smile and everybody else in ulti.TV. You know, put big smiles on our faces as we continue to do this work and bring you this action. Finland, Asikainen takes the inbound and bounces straight back to Ulonen. Stoppage on the field, a little bit of upfield collision.
A little bit of argy-bargy.
Gets one all the way to the other side. Puktila winds up the backhand, puts it away. Ulonen inside to Asikainen. Puktila. Asikainen. High release, that's the second elevator pass of the possession. Santila uses up the very precious timeout and takes one here before the half.
I think that is a fantastic call for that timeout there on the sideline, close to the end zone. Potentially can play some good end zone offense and to take it just before the half happens.
Will they get the break to take? Find out after this timeout. It's Finland 6, Rainbow Warriors 5.
Have you ever loved something that doesn't love you back? One More Year, the ultimate graphic novel, now available on Amazon.
6-5, back in play. Santila with the disc. Upline, cutting it in! Ulonen with the goal, and they break, but Angagod not so sure that the back foot wasn't in. And I must say, I see where he's coming from. He probably sees it with a finer lens as he's wants it not to be, but you know, I called it emphatically there, but there is some potential that that back foot was down. Here's another look. What do you think, Derbs?
It's kind of hard to say. In and out calls on beach are always really difficult because the sand sort of spurts up and gets kind of in the way of what you're trying to look at, but it's been called as
not in.
Contested, so it will stay on the front of the end zone line.
There's the throw, and that one will do it. Asi Kayanen gets the goal from Ulonen, and that is a halftime taker. 7-5 with that break. Finland pushing ahead now ever so slightly. They are going to get the disc back now as this second half is about to resume.
A really nice throw, and you see the emphatic head spike, arms coming down. They're going to be pleased with that one. Rainbow Warriors got a kind of mountain to climb, but there's loads of time left in this game, just under 15 minutes. And I believe, Steph, it started raining.
It is raining. We are taking our regular tech precautions to get our cameras all rain geared up. We're hoping that it passes. I think the forecast says it will not be around long, but it is here now.
Yeah, maybe these two teams more accustomed to playing in the rain up in the northern hemisphere.
Inclement weather for sure. Ooh, there's a good wave getting right now. Oh, he's got a nice one. Nice little lefty.
You're watching the surfing in the background. We've had some fantastic weather all week, so a little bit of rain isn't going to hurt. We did have some rain last week at the World Championships, but only lasted a few hours and just for one day.
Koski on the pickup to Vasquio. Surveys and hits up too far in front. Rainbow Warriors need these break chances. They've got one here. Restabilizes, Viberg spins, fakes the pop pass, now leads up field. The bid, it's just a bit too far in front for Hanski.
Yeah, Finland shutting down the handlers there, just making it so hard to reset. They had nothing to do but throw downfield.
Vasquio again on the pickup. Fires inside, Hatzbaka. Double pump on the fake, back to Koski. Leads Vasquio, he looks upfield, pulls the trigger, Vitani puts two hands on it, and that is a big goal. A hold, though, after giving up a break chance, stretching ahead by 3 now, 8-5.
Yeah, Finland going to be very, very pleased with that, especially after that uncharacteristic turnover at the start. What a beautiful throw, really letting the disc ride onto the wind, into the hands of the receiver. Vasquio, we mentioned that name earlier, a true legend of the game. Vetari receiving, two players we've said a lot about. Rainbow Warriors going to need to respond to his Steph. What do you think they need to do or change? Or are Finland just pushing ahead to be stronger?
Not sure, but right now Finland looking the goods. What I'm wondering, Derbs, is if we did this to ourselves by putting the Nordic teams on the stream, that's invited the Nordic-like weather for this game. It's coming in now. And maybe they'll be even better in this weather as they're used to it up there. But it's happening now. The rain clouds have rolled in. The sky's slowly opening. Still a drizzle right now, but there is precipitation. Angagod. Into the middle to force. Surveys off a pivot. And again. Wants Angagod, gets him. A little bit of separation deep, and Angagod, always a threat to fire, gets it on the return. Viberg goes back to Blom. Blom to Angagod. Finds nice space in the middle for force. Swipes a backhand and then bangs into Vasquio. Foul called on the mark.
Yeah, kind of Finland player leaning in and hitting fours on the fake. Just want to give a shout out to Rainbow Warriors offense here. It's truly fantastic. Throwing big gainers and then dishing the disc backwards and then big gainers. They've clearly said something to each other and they're really pushing now.
Angegård fires for the end zone. Jump ball and taken by fours. Great play, trust ball there.
A sandwich between two of the Finnish players and just able to come down with it. Maybe that's why they see that taped eyebrow, putting the body on the line.
He's put himself in a couple sandwiches already by the looks of the tape up, and he's come up looking good on that one, taking the high floater with the help defense coming on the back. Great play. The 48-year-old big unit stands at 185 centimeters and has been playing, since 1998. Has a wealth of experience. Sweden mixed at WGGC back when it was in Turku in Finland. Done some WCBUs, done all sorts, and here he's done his team a big service by pulling down that goal.
Absolutely. Rain is starting to pick up. I can hear it on our plastic tent. The drops are getting bigger. Let's see what Rainbow Warriors can do now. They're going to need to respond. Just under 10 minutes on the clock. There is plenty of time to get a break train running here. Beautiful
Finland
pull.
Have been tidy. Beautiful pull indeed. And not taken immediately to Hasbaka, interesting as well. And they're 2 passes in, they're still in their end zone. Ulonen goes deep, Hasbaka won't get there. And Rainbow Warriors will have another break chance.
A fortunate turnover for Rainbow Warriors. That looked almost perfect out of the hand, but again, now it's raining. The wind direction has started to grow a little bit, and it just pushed outfield. Hasbaka was really pumping the arms. I thought they were going to get there.
Angegård goes inside, connects with Josef Wiberg back to Angegård, and now pushed to the far sideline. Picked up and into the pivot, it's Ensmia. And another stoppage. I believe it's away from the disc. I think Angegård and Santila are talking. Inside to Angegård. Led forward. Wiberg. Second effort, the adjustment gets there. Great play by Fredriksson. And then popped forward. Esta Ensmia. Breaks, lands on her knees in the Bruce Springsteen pose.
Yeah, fantastic. Fredriksson there, able to kind of adjust the position when the disc went too high, kind of spun around 180 and caught it and then distributed. That's a break there for Rainbow Warriors.
Yeah, big break, brings it back to within 1. Time ticking away here. Finland were, 3-1 break leaders in the first half. Second half now to get the first break on the board. Very important for Rainbow Warriors. Score 8-7. They still got some work to do if they're going to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat, but they are pushing towards that potential.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of time left, as I said, maybe 7-8 minutes now. Kind of attitude in the stadium starting to grow. There's definitely a little bit of fire in the bellies of both teams now. Bringing it back within 1 is a way closer score than it was before.
And there are still oh, there was a thumb on that, and it still did get through, but you saw the disc kind of drop just a touch. The tip of a thumb touched that. Vasquio gets it. Moves across. Vitali fires. And just a bit too far, Ulonen throws the body but cannot get there.
That's a really good effort there. I think they potentially got a hand on it, but just bounced out. If that had been caught, I think that would have been called in with some fancy footwork. But Rainbow Warriors now, big opportunity.
That was Yalavara, not Ulonen. And there is a foul on that throw. Otherwise, that would have been a very dangerous starting position for Finland. But it sounds like, looks like everybody's happy to agree there was an accepted foul on the throw. And it will go back into the hands of Niklas Jalevik. Now Angegård. Hammer. And not enough on it. It hits the ground in front of Wiberg. Vitali picks up. Vasquio rather picked up and gets it back.
Oh,
now
nearly a
fires. Yalavara on the doorstep. Goes back. Haramo to Vasquio inside for the goal. Yalovara with it and stretches back out to 2. It's 9-7. Still about 4.5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, anything can happen. We saw Andergaard take a knee in the end zone there. A little bit of disappointment. Opportunity to break squandered with that last hammer turnover that just dropped like a stone. But credit to Finland for just grinding it out. They're really keeping their composure well here. They do have a lead, but it's not by much. We see it again, just slicing through the middle, threading the needle into the hands. A great showing from these two fantastic sides. Finland are working off a significantly larger roster by at least 4 or 5. So potentially that's playing dividends in this later stage of the match. They've got more players to kind of roll through, whereas Rainbow Warriors, I wouldn't be surprised to see them shortening their roster now to try and get these games, trying to get the game back under control.
Big props to Yalovara. She had a couple of turnovers, drops that she would have wished would never happen. 3 goals to her name to go alongside that, since that as well. So has really forgotten quickly and just kept going, doing what she's been doing for years. Nice take high there. Wiberg, sorry. Inside, Blom throws through some diving defenders at the mark. Force goes to Wiberg, quick to Angegård, and Wiberg's going. Angegård wants it, but he won't get over the defense this time. Now, Rainbow Warriors a little disheveled, and the throw, thankfully for Rainbow Warriors, was way too far out in front.
Yeah, we see on the release there was never really going to get the height that it needed to sit into the hands of the receiver. Just too fast, too quick, too short. Rainbow Warriors have the disc back to keep this game within touching distance. 2.5 minutes on the clock. Let's see what they can do.
Spin from Lindsmere, and the throw won't go. Super short field pickup. Santila in for a goal. That's one way to make him pay. Mark Roth with the goal, and Finland takes advantage of the turn in their own end by Warriors.
Yeah, that is the last place you want to be turning the disc over. Gives your opponent such a short field. Rainbow Warriors starting to look a little bit disheveled and frustrated now. So you see the turnover again, just swiped down. I think Koski maybe got a hand on it, or at least waft the air enough for it to be a turnover. And then they just capitalize so quickly. See it again.
And as we have another look at that quick finish, the punishment, I guess we could say, they're punished for that mistake. The rain's slowing down again. It's still, I just saw a drop as I said that, but there it has really stopped. We don't hear it on the roof anymore. The sand has been packed down a little tighter, that's about all. Wasn't a bucketing.
Absolutely not.
A sprinkling. Force goes to Wiberg. One of the first points that we have not seen Angegård on the field. Oh, the bid is lovely, but the throw asked too much. Finland can really put Rainbow Warriors in a tough position if they can break again here. Fire deep. And that one is going to be hauled in ever so easily. Rojainen with the goal, and Finland stretch it 11-7. It is looking like they are driving towards that finish line now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really impressed by Hasbaka just being able to wait patiently to find someone to distribute the disc to, and the distributed person was Tihonen, and just absolutely banged it deep to a super free receiver. I'm really impressed by this Team Finland side. They have shown some really classy offense in this game.
Over on the other side, the other semi-final, 8-7, a 1-point game over there. It is spangled ahead of Hurt at this very moment, but one to be watching for sure. Of course, Team Finland's only loss was against Spangled. If they do see themselves through, that would be a tasty rematch. Rainbow Warriors in their own end zone. Bjork. Oh, and Blom. And now it does seem like they may be coming apart at the seams here. Asikainen. They stayed tight for so long, and now it seems like it's all Finland. Ulonen finds another way in. Mark Rutt and Finland. It is 12-7. We have got to time, so it'll be a game to 13. That means Rainbow Warriors would need to hold and then break 5 times in a row to win this game. It's not looking good for the Swedes.
Yeah, that is going to be a very tough ask for Rainbow Warriors, but wilder things have happened. But I think based off the kind of vibes I'm seeing in the Rainbow Warriors camp, potentially their campaign to the final is over, but a medal potentially still up for grabs if they are unsuccessful in this game. Bronze medal game coming later this afternoon. I'll be at 1:30 over, no it won't be, that's a complete lie. It's at 2:45 here in Portimão. Finland now just need to break and they get the win and advance to the final, the gold medal game, what everyone comes here for.
And that one will go to the brick mark, lands out on the full. See the disc there, just in front of the, beyond the Euro disc and VC flags are flying. The wonderful sponsors of this event, 2 of many. And marched up to the brick mark. Led forward, Viberg goes back. Hansky gets it again. Everything on the line here for Rainbow Warriors. Viberg shovels back. Linsmeyer puts forward Hansky. Bouncing off the pivot foot, floats one, too far. Chance to win the game now for Finland. Fires high, but taken. Kusinen goes central. Suranta and Koski had a blind look, but they do come back to it. Kusinen waiting, back to Koski. Koski, chance to go to the finals on the line. Goes wide around. Finland are going to the grand final of the World Great Grandmasters Beach Ultimate Club Championship with a convincing 13-7 win after a very tight first half.
A very tight first half. You're absolutely right, Stefan. You can see how much it means to these players to be taking themselves to the final. In the first half, the breaks trains didn't really happen. Finland did have 3 breaks, but they were very spaced out after a period of kind of trading. But in that second half, they just dominated. That is 4 breaks on the bounce.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I think for our Finnish fans out there, very easy to like this one. But for you Swedish fans too, like the effort that your team put onto this game. Hit the subscribe button, stay locked on to ulti.TV. and get more of this action. As I said, both these teams will be back on screen and on stream today. Rainbow Warriors will take on whoever comes out behind. Right now, that one's still a 1-point game. It's Hurt behind by 1, 9-8, Spangled lead, and Team Finland will feature in the final of the winner of that Hurt Spangled game. Those games will kick off at 2:45 and 4 o'clock local time, respectively. We will have another game at 1:30, a placement game to keep you guys entertained all day long, as we love to do here at ulti.TV, especially when we get to finals day. It is always a great day when it's finals day. It's just great to watch. This game, Derbs, knowing the history, how many times these two teams have played, maybe a little chippy right at the gates, but I thought they settled in and played a really spirited game.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. It felt like the attitude there was a first point where there was a bit of shouting, but as soon as that ended, everyone kind of managed to maintain themselves, and it did look like a really, really good spirited game. Lots of hand signals for us. A few conversations we weren't really sure what was happening, but you can see at the end of the day, as much as they're old rivals, they probably are just old friends. Frisbee is a fantastic way to meet and connect with people all across the world for years to come.
Years to come indeed. These will stay in the annals of history because of the ulti.TV archive and our YouTube channel. There to watch forever and always, as you see these glorious efforts we're going to leave you with on screen. As we said, we'll be back, so make sure you're here with us. For the whole ulti.TV crew and for Amelia Durbin alongside, I've been Stefan Rapazzo. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks.
Yeah, ultimate.
ulti.TV.
I really wanted to get